A decade of your research to figure out what the best investment is so anyone can get rich in the future. And you predicted that this will grow by at least 5,000%.
Yes, and my conviction is so high because of what I do on a day-to-day basis.
Is there a woman on planet Earth that manages more money from an investing capacity than you?
Maybe not. I'm overseeing nearly $30 billion.
Okay, so I might have $500. What should I be doing with that?
So this is all you need to know.
Kathy Wood built a multi-billion-dollar fund by spotting trends before anyone else.
And now, with over 40 years of market insight, she's showing you how and where to invest too.
AI is the biggest technological disruption in history. And this incredible rate of change is making people uncomfortable. But if you are on the right side of change, investment opportunities and job opportunities are going to be enormous. But people don't know what to do.
They call you the godfather of AI. So what would you be saying to people about their career prospects in a world of superintelligence?
Trained to be a plumber.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeffrey Hinton is the Nobel Prize winning pioneer whose groundbreaking work has shaped AI
and the future of humanity.
Why do they call you the godfather of AI?
Because there weren't many people who believed that we could model AI on the brain so that it learned to do complicated things, like recognize objects and images or even do reasoning. And I pushed that approach for 50 years. And then Google acquired that technology. And I worked there for 10 years on something that's now used all the time in AI.
And then you left?
Yeah.
Why?
So that I could talk freely at a conference.
What did you want to talk about freely?
How dangerous AI could be.
What do you know about AI with the seismic shift that's coming?
Artificial intelligence is no longer the future. It's the present. It's transforming the way we live, work, and invest. And in the world of trading, AI is changing everything. Now, let's take a closer look together at one of the most powerful AI trading systems in action.
Did you know that in the world of investments, it's important not only to earn but also to preserve your assets? Arum is not just a platform, it's an entire ecosystem that combines advanced financial tools with reliable data protection. We are your personal financial mentor, where security and innovation go hand in hand. With Arum, you gain access to a unique ecosystem, including a non-custodial Web 3.0 wallet, the AI Trader EX system for automated trading powered by artificial intelligence, and analytics to support your investments every step of the way. Arum is not only about trading convenience, but also about multi-layered asset protection, thanks to cutting-edge encryption technologies and security protocols. Join our community, create an account, top up your balance, and start earning with Arum today. After all, your investments deserve the best. Arum, an ecosystem leading you to a stable and secure future.
Yes, with your best abilities to watch this and listen carefully to the wording, what's on the screen, to what it says, to the dates, the information. This is almost like a vision board of what they're anticipating over the next 10 years. A very, very important video. And then after that, what we'll do is we'll get into a presentation and give you some further information. So let's just check who's in the house. Adeyinka is in the house, and as is Akinole, and Andre is in the house, as is Andrea, and Annalena Quercius is in the house as well. So I hope my pronunciations are okay, guys. As is Arif, and Ayub is in the house as well. And we've got Big Dog on tonight. Well done. Thank you for joining us. And Big Sam's here as well. But that's not Sam as in Uncle Sam. We're talking as the prayer, the Sam. So welcome, Big Sam, to the call. We've got Chris, as always, and Derek, and it just goes on. Don G, congratulations to you again. This month you've done exceptionally well. Well done. And Derek's here, Desi's here, and Desi78's here. It jumped down past. Sorry, I missed a whole load of you there. David, welcome to the call. Thank you for joining us. I see James here, J-A-M-E. Never seen James. J-A-M-E. I don't know if that pronounced Jamie, James. Maybe it's James, misspelled. But the real James is here. We've got James Bond in the house tonight. James, the almighty 007 is with us as always. Thank you, James Bond, for joining us. We've got Jan in the room as well, as is Jennifer, Jerome, and Jeremy's here as always. We've got John. John never misses it. And when we go to the Ks, we start with KC. Welcome to the call. We've got Kate, we've got Kerry Ann, we've got Kev. Kev's always here. We've got Kevin as well. And we've got Kieran with a K. In our country, we spell it with a C. Lisa's here, Lucy's here, Mary's here. Micah's here. Well done. Thank you for coming to the call. I'm just jumping down to the very bottom. Raider's here, Raymond's here, Rex is here, Rod's here, Soma's here. Zatanya, what a name, Zatanya, fantastic. Wayne's here, Vinny's here, Victor's here. Oh, well, YN is here as well. So lots of guests on tonight, lots of names I haven't seen before, lots joining us. I'm talking. So let's get this video underway. Please pay attention, take note, and we'll be back with you just shortly. Thank you.
February 2023. The world was still living by the old financial logic, but we pressed start. We wanted to create an ecosystem that would unite artificial intelligence and finance to make asset management simple, scalable, and secure. That's how Arum was born. The starting point was EXAI Bot, the first AI-powered trading solution, an algorithm that laid the foundation for an entire era. From that moment, we began expanding at the speed of light. We've built and are implementing a vision that includes trading AI bots, exchanges, neobank, crypto cards, and real-world asset tokenization, official registration in Hong Kong, and the first features in global media. The creation of Aurum Neobank, the launch of Zeus AI Bot, and the flash loan license surpassing $1 million in profits. The opening of our headquarters in Dubai, where hundreds of industry leaders gathered. The world started to talk about us. We were featured by Binance, Benzinga, Crypto Reporter, and Blockchain Wire. Forbes called us the new infrastructure of global finance, but this is no time to pause. We're gaining momentum. We launched Aurum Academy, strengthen our team, and appoint Brian Benson, a professional with 27 years of experience, as our CEO. Global events in Vietnam, Dubai, and Antalya, thousands of cards sold, and the launch of the AI agent ecosystem. Today, we stand on the stage of Token 2049 Singapore, alongside the leaders of Binance, Tether, KuCoin, and Tron. And this moment once again proves Aurum is a global ecosystem of worldwide scale. But the most important part, this is only the beginning. The next decade will be one of expansion. In 2025 to 2026, we bring Aurum Neobank to the mass market. Hundreds of thousands of users, millions of transactions. The launch of Aurum Exchange, which reaches $5 billion in trading volume within its first year. AI bots manage over $100 million in assets. The first 5,000 cash-in and withdrawal terminals appear. Aurum establishes its presence in 10 countries and secures its position in the global market. In 2027 to 2028, we raise the bar. Neobank reaches 2 million users and 1.5 million cards. During this period, Aurum DEX, a next-generation decentralized exchange, launches. Personalized AI-based services emerge. Credit scoring and capital management. The first RWA deals worth $500 million are integrated. The terminal network expands to 20,000 points across 20 countries. By 2029, Neobank evolves into a super app. Flight bookings, taxis, car rentals, food delivery, while transactions exceed $20 billion. Aurum DEX cements its position within the ecosystem with $5 billion in trading volume, becoming a key element of Aurum's DeFi direction. AI agents operate for hundreds of thousands of businesses, and RWA grows to $5 billion. Aurum becomes an ecosystem that accompanies users every day. In 2030 to 2033, we reach global scale. Neobank's user base hits 12 million and over 10 million cards. Inside the super app, 15 to 20 integrated services and partnerships with 500 global brands. Aurum Exchange reaches $90 billion in trading volume and enters the top 10 global crypto exchanges. The terminal network expands to 100,000 plus locations across 50 plus countries. The annual Aurum Global Summit gathers 5,000 leaders. By 2033 to 2035, Aurum Neobank enters the top 5 global neobanks with a valuation of $10 billion plus. Aurum Exchange remains in the top 10, while Aurum DEX surpasses $20 billion in trading volume. AI manages over $5 billion in assets, and RWA exceeds $20 billion. We are present in 75 countries with 1,000 global partners and over 100,000 terminals. The Aurum Global Summit brings together 10,000 industry leaders. Aurum becomes the symbol of a new financial era, a system that made finance accessible to everyone, a story that has already transformed the industry, and a future that already belongs to us.
Wow, there you go. A blockbuster, I gotta say. Incredible. So I hope you took note of some of the things it was saying, some of the key points there, because we're going to look at some of that information. The idea of this presentation is to give you an overview. It's not to tell you about every little nut and bolt. That wouldn't be fair, because this is designed to share with new guests an overview, just to give you a potential, to show you the potential of who the company is, the products that are available. It's sensational. What they're launching, and what they have already launched, is a banking application. And neobanks are going to be very, very popular. The traditional banks that you know are closing down. You can see on the high street, they're becoming less and less. They're forcing us online. And Aurum have a neobank. It's already available as a mini app inside Telegram, but the native app will be available in the not too distant future on Apple and Google Pay, where you just open the banking app and work away there. So there's a lot of things mentioned in that video. You should have heard some of those sound bites, some very exciting things, including real estate. If you ever wanted to own a hotel or apartment or a villa in Dubai, you can take ownership from as little as $1,000 and become a fractionalized owner, where they put the community together and we can all own part of it. On the blockchain, the deeds, the title will be in your name. And if it generates rent roll, you'll be able to share in the profitability of a hotel, or you will be able to enjoy the capital appreciation if the property rises in value. So that's coming up very, very soon. You want to get yourself to Dubai to learn about that. That's coming up in January, so that's just around the corner. Many, many other things as well, guys. It's I've never seen so many things come together in one platform. But I've seen platforms that promise, and mañana, tomorrow, and blah, blah, blah. I've never seen a company launch with so much. And of course, we're in the pre-launch right now. So the timing has been fabulous for the person that invited you to listen to this, because you're in before the before. If you ever, there was a song, was it? In the begin. What do you call that guy? His son was a good singer, that young fella. I can't think of them. I think they're Italian. So you're in before the before, because we launched on the 17th of January 26th. This is a pre-build. There are between 18,000 and 20,000 customers already in pre-launch. But the CEO wants to have 100 million customers on this banking application. It's an app that you'll definitely want. It's incredible. But let's get started tonight. Let's get underway here and show you what we have in store for you.
February 2000.
I think that video wants to play again, but
the world was still living by
3 or 4 times a day. Yeah, blue skies. I'll tell you what, there's blue skies here today.
February 2023. The world was still living by the...
Anyway, I'm dialing in tonight from cold Ireland. It's 1%. It's 1 degrees, and it says feels like -2, and the night is only coming in. So we're expecting snow and frost over here. So wherever it is in the world you are, I hope the weather is better than where it is here. But let me clear the throat, because I'm going to do a lot of talking. Here we go. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for attending this short overview. We're here to give you an overview. That's really what it is, of what we believe is a very exciting platform. It's the Aurum Foundation we're going to talk about on this presentation. I'd like just to say that I'm not an employee. I don't represent Aurum. I don't work for them. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm not even going to give you my referral link if you ask for it. I'm just here to talk about what I've discovered. And what I share here tonight is just my own opinions, my own discoveries, my own due diligence. And of course, it's very, I suppose, prudent for everybody here to do your own due diligence. You've got to know the type of business you're getting involved with. I think that's very smart. I think you should talk to a professional who's been in that kind of industry. If it's new to you, of course, I think, I always say this, my dad said, you're big enough, ugly enough, you're big enough, old enough, and ugly enough to make your own decisions. So with that said, I'd just like to share a little bit about the company for starters. I was very, very pleased to see that Brian Benson is the CEO of this company. He's also a major stakeholder. And I believe Brian brought a venture capitalist at the beginning over here with $12 million investment into the infrastructure and into some of the trading bots. Now, we'll talk about that in a moment, but they've been operating since 2023. So anyway, Brian used to work for the bank, and he worked for a very big bank in the United States called Morgan Stanley, very famous bank. He was successful over there. It was in the trading desk. He was a trader over at Morgan Stanley, but he was headhunted by Binance, and he went then to work for Binance, and he was very, very successful. He began, I think, maybe he began in South America for Binance. He opened the Mexican market. He went down there. He did whatever due diligence was required at that point. He did all the banking relationships, opened the offices, onboarded the customers, developed the business. And he'll tell you himself, Binance opened in Brian Benson's name. It was Binance. It was Brian Benson on the name of the company. And then Peruvian, Chile, Argentina. But Binance, once it was ready, it then took over these accounts, or took over these companies that Brian set up for Binance. And Brian was a big, big part of it. Honestly, he brought 20% of Binance's total global revenue was through Brian. And when you think, I think Binance's biggest community was over in Asia. But when you can open a continent like LATAM, like South America, and do that kind of volume, it tells us this guy knows his stuff. This guy has the experience. This guy has the connections. This guy has the ability to deal with this particular project. And I've got to say, I felt very pleased to see that we have somebody with this experience behind the operations. He's the CEO. He's the Chief Executive Officer. Anyway, if you haven't heard of him, you could always Google him. Some great stuff on there. I actually clicked Brian Benson Binance. That's what I typed in, BRY, if you want to do that. And I saw him all over Google, and this was fantastic news. It's not some kind of actor or some pretend guy or AI. We're dealing with Brian Benson from Binance, the Brian Benson. And you can see him here with the Binance shirt on. Over here, he's got the Binance T-shirt on. I saw Binance somewhere else. Yeah, I see their logo here. There's images here when he was much younger. He is 51 at the moment. Not sure when his birthday is, but he's a mature man. He's not some young kid trying to do something, and he's not. I think he's in a mature age, ready to lead a company. And we'll hear from Brian in just a moment. They've written very favorably about this company in Forbes, and Forbes, I would say, is a reputable media company. They talked about that 12 million that Brian brought over. And in fact, Orem had a valuation at the outset of $100 million before it even started. So that's a good starting point. I don't know what it's worth today, but you can imagine as it grows and matures, that's good for the company, but it's also good for us as well, that we have a recognized, reputable company, in my view. It says here that they provide institutional grade trading. Most people don't know what that means. Well, it means that the major banks around the world use what's known as institutional grade trading. And also the big finance houses like BlackRock and these big institutions, they all are institutional grade trading. And the difference is obviously the risk management and the risk profile that they put on their algorithms on the trading desks. And that's there to protect the customers as best it possibly can. They've got hard stop losses. They've got, what did he call it? Like emergency stop losses as well. Is there any unusual data? It disconnects from the exchange immediately and just to protect funds and stuff like that. So institutional grade trading, we're delighted to hear that Forbes had mentioned that to us. We were then even more impressed when we realized that not just Visa, because this is a Visa version, but Visa and MasterCard, the issuing banks for these cards have gone into business with Orem as well. And that sits very well with most of us. When you know that the issuing bank of a Visa card, they would have to do their due diligence on this company. They would have to know who the directors are, the CEO. They would have to, I would assume they asked, well, what was your accounts last year? They would probably have to look at their licensing and all of that. The company set up before they could allow Orem to co-brand on Visa's big name. So with that said, that gave me a lot of comfort. And I've been able to use this product now since 5 months. So very, very pleased. And I think the full rollout of this will come in January when the whole company launches. But there's this and many, many other things. We also learned that he spoke at the world's largest blockchain summit. And I can tell you right now, he's in Brazil. No, he's not. He's in Argentina at the Ethereum conference. And he's been down there for over a week. And there's other associated conventions tying into that Ethereum. And what Brian Benson's doing now, he's going around the world to these kind of events, looking for partnerships, looking for liquidity for their exchange, looking for arrangements, and they're putting the Orem name out there. This particular event was the largest, the Token 2049. He was one of the speakers there, one of the main speakers, and with 25,000 people showed up at this event. So it shows you we're dealing with a company that's not afraid to put its name out there. They're not afraid to be exposed. They're not afraid to be in the limelight of, like, these were crypto experts are here. CoinMarketCap was there. Binance was there. All the big guys was there. And of course, our very own Brian Benson was there on stage speaking. So that gave me a lot of, it told me a lot about this company as well. They're also developing these point of sale terminals, which will accept fiat payments. And these are for shops and merchants. But these machines are different. They also accept crypto payments. And this is going to be a big rollout as well. I believe in January, we're going to be able to test this ourselves at the event. They're going to set up a merchant shop at the launch. And, you maybe go over and get the Binance side, or maybe you go and order the Binance Visa card, or let's call it the Binance baseball hat or the Binance shirt. You could go and use your traditional bank card with this machine to pay for it, or you could use your crypto wallet, create a QR code and go and scan it over here. So we're going to demonstrate that fiat payments work on this and crypto payments, and that's going to be a very big product for the world. And it's going to get that Orem name out there as well. So I was delighted to see this. Now, we saw this on that video that preceded this presentation. And I was thinking the 10-year roadmap, like this is all further away. Guys, they already have this in their hand. Now they're working on the software part at the back end. They want to generate what's called micro payments. So if you were the person that got this into a shop, you could earn every time this device was used, a little micro payment every time somebody tapped a card or bought something in that shop. That sounds very, very exciting to me. And of course, these are definitely not going to be ready in January, but they have this in the pipeline to develop these ATM machines. These are two-way ATM machines. So you can put cash into them and it will generate crypto onto your digital wallet. Or you could do the opposite. If you need a little bit of cash, well, you go to your crypto account, you generate a QR code. Let's say you need $200. You scan it and put it on the machine, and the machine will go and spend out to you the, did you like the sound effects? It'll spit out the currency to you, depends where they're installed. You'll get the currency in that country. So these are some part of the bigger ecosystem. The exchange as well. I was blown away with this. I was expecting this to be launched in January. It's already out, and okay, it's not its full glory. It's what we call the public beta testing version, but it works. And I'm starting to learn a little bit more about it. So about 3 or 4 days ago, I put $1,000 in to see did it arrive. What would you do? And it arrived immediately, and I went, wow, this is great. No, I didn't do anything with that $1,000, so I staked it, which means it's making me money there, even though it's not trading. So they're going to offer yielding products on the exchange, which is great. And last night I put in 0.1 Bitcoin. It arrived very, very fast, but the Bitcoin's now making me money without trading on this product as well. So it shows me that, wow, these guys are smart. These guys know what they're doing. This product is sensational. So I put in a little bit of Bitcoin, and it can generate you like 18% a year. Now you might think, well, that's not very much. That is incredible. That's better than gold. That's better than real estate. That's better than the bank. So to have traditional business people who usually put their wealth into property or art or oil or gold or silver, those products generate about 10% a year on average. Look what we got here. We've got 17%, 20% on Solano, USDC. Imagine getting 19% on your money. You don't get that in the bank. So I'm going to load a lot more onto this later on, but this product's already up and running. I thought this was coming January, but it's already in test. When I say in test, public test, it's not private test at the back. It's in the public. You can go here and do it yourself. I haven't learned yet how to swap my USDT into Bitcoin. I haven't done any of that. I'm not a trader, so I don't intend trading. But what I've got here is a great yield, a great annual yield on coins. And this is very, very special. Let's listen to Brian Benson himself. He wants to create 1,000 millionaires. He's already done this once before. He saw so many people becoming millionaires over in Binance. Have a listen to what he wants to do here.
I think if I have to sum it up in one word, it's ecosystem. At Aurum, we're building an ecosystem, and we're really trying to focus on getting this thing to a unicorn status. And what I like to say is we want to create 1,000 millionaires. And so if we can do that, then that will be $1 billion business. That will be a unicorn, and we'll be very excited if we can accomplish that. And we're well on our way to that. So
there you go, a visionary leader that wants to create 1,000 millionaires. So let's tell you a little bit about how to engage with the platform if that's something you wanted to do. There's no freebies here now. It's going to be 4 cups of coffee. What I call 4 cups of coffee. It's $20, $20 US, for full access to the platform for 12 months. So it's a bit like your membership to the gym or the golf course, although that's going to be more than $20 a year. That's maybe $20 a visit. This is $20 for the whole year, and that allows you to use all of the products except the card, and I'll talk about that in a moment. But I think this is great because really, in effect, what you have is you have an international fintech business for $20, and a business that you don't need any premises for, a business that you don't need any warehousing, a business that you don't require to recruit any staff or pay any staff wages or insurance or national insurance or taxation. You don't have to pay for your staff. You don't need to worry about customer support. That's all included. You don't need to do any product development. That's all included. It's sensational, $20 for an international business. If you want a business, that is, and it comes with a referral link. So it doesn't even cost anything for the affiliate program. That comes with it. So whether you want to share this with somebody or not, doesn't matter. If you do, you're going to get rewards. If you don't, well, you can still use our great products. And I assume with the rest of the products to come, this is going to be a very exciting platform. My favorite product is this one. It's 2 years. It's more than 2 years old. It was February 23 that this product first hit the market, and it hit the market for the big guys. It was not open to the public. It was, or what they call the retail market. It was designed for the high net worth individuals. And I know Brian Benson was really tied up with a lot of the big clients. He would have direct contact with the big wealthy people over at Binance, the big customers. He knows all the traders over there, the top traders. He was able to bring that $12 million investment over here. And it's incredible. They've been using this since 2023. The worst month it did was 9%. The best month it did, I believe, was 23-point-something%. Now, between 9 and 23, that's very, very good. And at the beginning, my understanding was it was choppy. What I mean was it was, maybe it did 14%, and then the next month it did 11, and then the next month it was 18, and next month it was 9. It was choppy. But last year, 24, and so far 25, I believe it's very, very smooth. And that's to do with the AI. It's called deep learning. It's called machine learning. And it's incredible how the AI it enhances the human performance. The human performance just isn't good enough. And if you go to ChatGPT after this presentation and ask it, what are banks and institutions using to trade today, you'll find that 80% plus of all trading now is conducted by AI. The human trader is just there as an overseer, as a custodian. And with our bots, it takes 3 or more signatures to get into them. So it's not as though one trader can go in and do anything in there. It's called a multi-signature wallet. The trading is conducted over at Binance, also KuCoin, if you're familiar with that one, KuCoin, and OKX. And many of the people on this particular call with you tonight have been able to see those accounts, and it's quite impressive, I've got to say. Now, As of the 14th of October 2025, this particular bot had just under $44 million trading. I can tell you that it's now over 50 million already and growing. And they have 7 of these in total. This is just one. It's my favorite product, and it's done sensationally well. Many people have tried it. Of course, you don't get 17.5% a month. That's on average what the company's getting. What you get is determined by the deposit you make to your own account. So think of this, I suppose, like a bank account. You could deposit whatever you wish. You know, let's say you put in $117. You could do that, or $147, or $206. There's no package as such. You just make your deposit to your account, and then you decide to turn on the trading bot if that's one of the products you'd like to use. So for those customers between 100 and 249, they're going to get approximately about 10%. When I say approximately, it's not fixed. You know, it's variable. It's because these are averages across the trading period. But those customers are going to get about 10% a month. The customers that can do more than that, let's say you could manage $400 or $760, whatever, in between 249 and 999, you're going to get 11%. Those of you who can do over 1,000 but less than 2.5, you guys will get 12%. And then there's other customers who are going to enjoy 13, 14s, and 15s. But the majority of the customers, I would imagine, are going to be between $100 and $499. It's going to be in this bottom part of the table. And that's good as well, because that's how the company makes money as well. It's no good if just the customers are making money. Everybody has to win. It's got to be win, win, win. And here we learned that if the company's getting 17% on average on the account, and you're only getting 10 of that, that means the company's making money too. The company's making that spread. They're making that 7%. If you're getting 11% on this type of account, the company's making 6%. If you're getting 12%, the company's making 5%, et cetera, et cetera. So you can see the higher the deposit, the better the reward. And in every situation, the company's making money. Here's the good news: you can take out your profit at any time, and you also can take out your principal on 3 days of every single month. On the first day of every month, on the 10th day of every month, and actually today on the 20th, you can also take it out. So first, 10th, and 20th, you can withdraw your deposit if there was an emergency for it. The product is designed to be there for 12 months. It's a very short time product, but if you leave it there after, for 12 months or more, you're going to have no penalties, like what they call early retirement fees. And that would be typical in the traditional business world. If you took out an insurance policy, or if you took out, let's say your pension, and for those of you that take the pension early, it just doesn't mature as much. You just don't get the same amount if you let it run its term. So just like that, there is a 35% penalty for taking your money out inside the 12 months. If you leave it over 12 months, there's no penalty at all. Now, don't be too alerted about that. The profit can come out every day. It's just the principle. And I'm going to show you the account now, and hopefully I remember to explain this part again, because it's quite interesting. I'm going to show you an account tonight that has it started with $10,000 and it's now $30,000. So it's made over 20,000. And if that customer took the whole lot out, they would be subject to 35% fee. So 35% of 30,000 is like approximately 10,000. They still doubled their money. The 10,000 went to 20, went to 30. If they pay the penalty, which is 10, let's say, they still doubled their money. So even with that fee, and it's kind of negligible after a period of time. And the reason they do this is because it's a very valid reason. Number one, if you were to make a deposit and withdraw it straight away, it's going in and out of the trading account. It's messing around with the algorithms. The balances are changing. It does have an effect on the algorithm if customers just can take it in and out willy-nilly. But more than that, they don't want to claw back any commissions. If you work for an insurance company and the client stopped the policy midterm, the insurance company would claw back your commissions. This company won't do that. They will not take the commissions off the affiliate that brings them customers. So that's why this 35% lock-in's here. So I hope you understand that, and it's for very good reasons. And we can talk more about that on the training. But moving on, I'd like to show you a couple of accounts. Here's one here that started on the 17th of April. The customer put in $500. And if you look at the bottom right-hand side of your screen right now, you'll see at 9:36 on the 17th of September. Okay, on the 17th of September. So from the 17th of April to the 17th of September shows us 5 trading months. Isn't that right? 5 months. This account has made $382. The 500 isn't 500 anymore. It's not 600, 700, or 800. The 500 is now trading at $882. So the profit element is 382 because the principal deposited was 500. And you have to ask yourself, well, is that good? How do you feel about that? 500 becoming 882. Is that good? Well, it's sensational. It's sensational because to work out the maths, you take the profit, the 382, you set it over the top of the 500 deposit. And if you can remember from school, you divide the bottom number into the top number. Remember, we were taught that when you divide 500 into 382, you'll find out that this account has achieved 76% in 5 months. That beats property. In property, you'll do 100% in 10 years. In gold, if you buy gold, it'll take 10 years to do 100%. It's doing 10% a year. Gold is doing 10% a year. Property, 10% a year. Now that's a good property in a good location with a good client will do 10% a year. That's 76% in 5 months. That's why I call it sensational. Put your money in the bank to see what you get. Incredible. Now, moving on, let me show you a larger account. And this is for those of you who might know somebody which would prefer a larger account. This account you can see here was commenced on the April the 10th, 2025. Yeah, April the 10th, 25. And the account number, just for reference, ends in 1972. Can you see that? 1972. If we go over to the right-hand side again, we take a look at the date. So the timestamp on this account was the 16th of May. So 10th of April, 16th of May. That represents 5 weeks. So in 5 weeks, this account had enjoyed 23%. The 10,000 is now 12,000 in 5 weeks. So it's incredible how the AI is performing. After 10 weeks, when we looked at this account, it had gone up to 55%. So the 10,000 isn't 10 anymore. It's not 11, 12, or 13. It's not 14. It's not 15. It's $15,500. There's it there, $15,500 in 10 weeks. Now that's working out at $550 a week. Who's going to give you an extra $550 a week? Who do you know? Your boss, your employee, your own business? Where would you get an extra $550 a week? Sensational. 10 weeks, $5 grand, $5,500. Of course, after 12 weeks, it went up to $17,000, and this account doubled in 4 months. Now, I don't want you going out there saying, oh, you double your money in 4 months. That's not what I said. Past performance is not indicative of future results. I'm just showing you this is true facts of a real live customer's account. And the reason it's done so well is, number one, it's not $100 or $500. It's a fairly big account with $10,000 start. So it gets a better percentage. That's the first thing. But the second thing I want you to notice, particularly the new people, there's a little button here. It's a little white circle inside a green slider. Can you see that? When that is turned on, the profit that you generate stays in Binance with the principal deposit. And therefore, tomorrow, you've got profit and principal working together for further profits. That's known as compounding. If you don't fully understand it, that's fair enough. Go to YouTube and type in, explain to me find me a video that explains the power of daily compounding. Go and listen to that. Or ChatGPT, ask ChatGPT a question. If I put $1,000 at 0.5% a day for a year, what would that be worth in 12 months? Go and ask ChatGPT that and see. Maybe Siri knows it as well. But so this is nothing to do with Aurum. This is to do with the mechanics. This is what Einstein said is the 8th wonder of the world. So when you can find a product that can do that for you, it means your money's working for you instead of you working for money. And if you can find a product that can do that for you, go grab it. Go grab it. Anyway, that's not financial advice. I just want to say that. But the 2 points here is this was a $10,000 account. It wasn't a small account. And the second thing, that it's compounding to get these serious results. But I want to go live now. Not live. I want to go and show you on the 11th of November what this account went to. So here's on the bottom right. Can you see the 10th of November? And why is this date so poignant? Because look over here, the account was started on the 10th of April. We're looking at the 10th of November. That gives us 7 months data to rely on, 7 months data. Now remember, past performance is not indicative of future results. I'm just showing you what happened here. The $10,000 isn't $20,000 like it was after 4 months. It's now $33,000. And if this customer wanted to take all of that out, they can do it on the 1st, the 10th, and the 20th. Do you remember? You can take out your profit every day, but the principal can be taken out on the 1st, the 10th, and the 20th. And if you look today, today's the 20th, you'll find that this button has gone bright blue, which allows you to withdraw your principal under those conditions. Now, if I just go back for a moment, I know I'm doing a little bit of training here, but have a look here. The withdraw button is grayed out. Why? Because that was the 16th. The withdraw button is grayed out here. Why? Because that was the 24th. It only goes blue on the 1st day of every month, the 10th day, and the 20th. And what we're looking here on this screen is the 10th, so all blue, you can take it out. Now, it's subject to that 35% if you're inside a year. So let's pretend this customer needed that money. They put in 10,000 and they've got 33,000. We'll call it $34,000. Let's just do a check here. Please tell me how much is 35% of $34,000? So the penalty is 11,900. If you take 11,000 off that, this company has more than this customer has more than doubled their money. This customer still doubled their money even with the penalty. Can you understand? They put in 10, so they would get 22,000 out because it's inside a year. But of course, what investment vehicle can make you money in less than a year? You know, really, if you're thinking of that, you're thinking of property, which is 10-year deal. You're thinking about real estate as a 10-year deal. You're thinking about gold as a 10-year deal. Silver is a 10-year deal. You're thinking about what other assets? Art. If you get into the art business, you have to wait till the artist dies to make money before the art goes up in value, essentially. It takes hundreds of years to get art to grow in value. What else could we look at? But your pension. You work for 40 years and you put money in your pension for 40 years to make money. What's 12 months, guys? It goes like that. I mean, this customer started in April and they've already done 7 months, 8 months nearly. It comes around very, very, very fast. But I just wanted you to be aware of that. And that's what this presentation is here. It's to be very truthful, to be very open, to be very honest. And this is real customer data. This is not generated by the company. And again, it's just to help you, have a look around to get a feeling about who's behind this company, the type of products they have. Now, this is just one of their products. They've lots more. They've got this card, which is fabulous. They've got the ATM machines in the pipeline. They've got these so much more. The real estate. They're going to do real estate in January, where we can now buy a little bit of real estate for a small fraction. Maybe, I don't know what the fraction will be, but maybe $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. You can own part of a building in Dubai that's going to get rented out, and you're going to make profit every week or every month. You're going to have capital appreciation. So this company's doing a lot out there, and there we go. Now, there's a few other products they have as well. I just explained briefly. They have one called the ProBot, and they have one called the ZeusBot. These are found over on Telegram. And if you go over there, I'll just show you how it works. This customer deposited 0.7 Bitcoin. So this is trading Bitcoin and dollar only. Now, this is a different bot. That first one we looked at trades, I think it's out of the top 20 pairs on CoinMarketCap, it nominates about 10 pairs to trade on. That's what happens over there. This one is only Bitcoin and dollar, all right? And it's trading Bitcoin against the dollar. And it makes money even when Bitcoin's going down, and it makes money when Bitcoin's going up. So at 0.7, the customer noticed it went up to 0.4, 0.79, 0.81. And you can see on the screen it's sitting at 0.81. It then went on to 0.82, 0.84, 0.88. And many people have watched this account grow. Maybe they joined, or your introducer joined when it was at 8.8, and they went, wow, let's see it going to 1 Bitcoin. That was the game plan here. Let's take 0.7 to a Bitcoin. It went to 0.91, 0.93, 0.96, 0.99, and then it went to 1 Bitcoin at the beginning of November. Now it's 20 days on. I know it's very close to going to 1.1. And when this is updated, we'll be able to put that in. So if you're listening tonight and it's 1 Bitcoin, let's have a look tomorrow night and see what it is. Something tells me it's going to be 1.1 Bitcoin, another $10,000 made, because every 1/10 of a Bitcoin is approximately $10,000. So this account has made over $30,000 for the customer without having any other customers. I mean, you don't have to find customers to make money here. Your money makes you the money. So this customer didn't have to find one single customer. This customer didn't have to attend one Zoom like this. Didn't have to. And this account made them $30,000 in 5 months, because this account was started in the last day of May. So June, July, August, September, October, November. November's not over, because this account, it hit 1 Bitcoin at the beginning of November. 5 months, $30,000. Incredible. And you don't have to start with big money. It allows you to start with $100 worth of Bitcoin, 0.0009. You know, although this customer is able to start with 1 Bitcoin, with 0.7. But anyway, that's the type of products they have available. The card is sensational as well. Imagine you can stop the bot trading and send the profit onto a Visa card and go to the shop and buy some milk, or buy coffee, or buy groceries. So now we have a way to spend the crypto. And even if you don't want to trade, that's fine as well. There's still lots of products here for you. The staking product on the exchange, you don't need to trade there. And if you have crypto sitting on an exchange, wherever, Trust Wallet, MetaMask, Token Pocket, Exodus, Coinbase, whatever, Robinhood, you can import your USDT. You don't have to trade it, and same moment, send it up onto the card. This gives you access to spending money. Now, we're rolling this out. It'll probably be in full launch from January on. Right now, we've tested it with thousands of customers around the world. This test phase, you've got to be aware, is what we call the pioneering stage. This is where they iron out the wrinkles. This is where they test this. They change the banks in the background. They change different parameters. They're still doing some coding. They're stress testing the site. They're putting the customer support to a challenge. So this is how the pains of growth, ready for this launch coming in January. And you can be part of that. And it's quite exciting. This particular card needs no KYC. We don't need your passport or driving license. We're not going to ask you for a bank statement or telephone bill. You just order the card. How simple. And you can put up to $100,000 a month. This is serious. I don't know anybody else that can do this. And it just shows you the connections Brian Benson has, the power he has to put deals like this together. It's, he's dealing with so many people from Binance. He knows all them, and they know him. And someday we're going to be on Binance too, because they're going to launch the Aurum token. I don't know, is it next year or the year after? But whenever they do, Binance will be knocking Brian Benson's door and says, Brian, we'd like to list your coin. We'd like to list your coin. We heard you've got 1.5 million customers, or we heard you've got 470,000 customers, or whatever it will be at that stage. Right now, it's between 18,000 and 20 customers. So you're seeing this very, very, very early. They're also going to build cash back onto the card, so we get paid. Well, I still didn't tell the company yet, but don't tell anybody. I call it crypto back. All right, that's the new word. HP come up with crypto back. We get up to 10% crypto back on our cards, on our purchases. So go have a coffee and get some crypto. Yeah, go buy your groceries next week and get some crypto. So up to 10%. It'll depend on the merchant. Some shops will only be able to give us 1%, 2%, or 3%. Other shops with big margins might be fit to give us, let's say, 10%. And they're also going to build in some other loyalty programs for using these cards. The cards are going to start for $33, one time only, not monthly, $33, and no monthly fees. There's going to be a $66 version, a $99 when they all come on board. And then, of course, the one I'm talking about is the $249. It's the best. It's just the best. It's a sensational card. And I'm just going to show you the card working. A friend of ours who's on tonight's call, actually, he stopped the bot trading, sent the profit onto the card, and off he went to the shop to get some milk. Let's see how he got on.
Here we go then, second official transaction.
No, purple and white. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you, Mina.
There you go. Imagine spending cryptocurrency in a predominantly fiat world. The card also works at the ATM machines. That's quite good as well. So imagine being able to have some crypto, go to the bank machine and take out cash. And we've tested that all over the world as well. So that's our presentation over tonight. I know we've taken probably 50 minutes or 45 minutes of your evening or of your afternoon, but we wanted to give you a good, full, honest overview of the information. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I can't give you any advice. I'm not here to sell you anything because I don't have anything to sell. In fact, the person that invited you here has nothing to sell either. Do you know what we are? We are referral agents. We send you to a website. I could send you to Apple's website. I could send you to a clothing company's website, because the person who invited you here doesn't have any products to sell you. They don't own any products. They can't connect you to any products. They don't deal with the customer service. What we do is we refer you to a website, and your business is your business over there. Okay, that's how it works. So for those of you that would like to have a look at the affiliate program, I'd be happy to share that with you. It takes about 5 minutes. For those of you who'd like to go, fantastic. Thank you for joining us on this particular call. Please do get back to the person that invited you here. Get your very valid questions answered, of course. And if you like it, come back and see some training and learn more about it. If it's not for you right now, that's fine. Keep in touch. Come see us next year. Come and see us 2 years from now. Come back again later when you hear more about this Orem company, particularly when they get into real estate now next year and these machines start to go out around the shops. Remember, you heard it first here tonight, and we thank you taking that time. For those of you that have invited a guest, it's now shortly your turn to pick up the phone and call them. And there's only one question you need to ask them. Have you decided which product you'd like to start with? Have you decided how much you'd like to put in that EXI bot? Those are the type of questions that they're going to ask you. They're not going to ask you, well, what did you think of that? Or, well, so the question is direct. Are you in a yacht? Do you want to do it or do you not want to do it? Have you seen enough? Do you need to see more? Have you questions? Let's get them answered. But have you decided yet what you'd like to do? Have you decided how much you'd like to try in that EXI bot, which look quite exciting? That's what they're going to ask you in the next 5 minutes. So with that said, thanks again, everybody. What we'll do now is we'll go straight into the compensation plan for those who would like to stay. We have a partner program. Why we have one is because Binance have one, and many of the exchanges have one. And it's called an affiliate program. They're very, very popular. Amazon have one. Apple have one. So why not Orem having one? And this affiliate program or partner program is really, really good. I'm witness to how good it is. But if you're looking for the first time, let me try and explain it as best I can. It's actually very, very simple. It's 2 pages. And on the first page, you start as a Nova, because Nova means new. Okay, Nova means new. New star in the sky is called the Nova star. You're the new star in the business, and you get 3% on the deposits made by any customer you refer to. So if you like the product and you're having fun with it, you just mention it to somebody and they try it, you get 3% of their deposits. It's just a thank you bonus. It's just a, hey, thanks for that, because this company hasn't spent its money on television. I think Crypto.com, another exchange, a competitor of this, they spent hundreds of millions on the Super Bowl final. Can you tell me what the advert said? If you saw that advert on the Super Bowl, did you jump off the sofa, run to the internet and join it? Hundreds of millions. Guys, this company don't advertise on radio, TV, magazines. The advertising budget, and it's only 18.5%. I'll just go over here, have a look here. 18.5% is all they pay out. 18.5%. Marketing budget goes to the affiliate program. and it's divided up on ranks. So these are not levels. It's not these these multi-level things. There's like 7-level things and 10-level things. Not one of those things. This is a volume-based affiliate program. And what you see over here is not levels. These are ranks. Nova, Voyager, Vanguard. These are ranks. Like starting in a shop, you start as an employee before you become a supervisor, and then you get another rank to manager, and then another rank to area manager, and then another rank, you're a director in the company. It takes years to go through those ranks, and you get a pay rise with those ranks. So you do understand this is the same. We start as Nova and we get 3%, but to get the pay rise, when you get the pay rise, you get 5%. And to get a pay rise, you just bring 7,500 of total trading volume to the bot, the first bot that we talked about tonight. And that 7,500 doesn't have to come from you. You might only bring 100 of it, but that customer might bring the rest, or that customer might bring 100 and you bring 100. So now there's 200, and the next customer might bring 100 and the next customer 100. So now there's 4 customers, there's only 400. But whenever it reaches 7,500, whoever brings all of that volume, you get that Voyager pay rise. You get 5% on deposits. You get all your money back in this example. In this example, you're starting with $100 and the company give you back the $100 once you hit that first rank. So now you're out of risk. How good is that? And they give you another bonus, 5% every day on the profits of your customers trading. So if your customer puts in Bitcoin, even if you don't, you get 5% every day in Bitcoin. If a different customer who you don't know on the 3rd generation down puts in Ethereum, nobody told you that, you're going to get paid Ethereum every day at a rate of 5% of whatever that customer gets. So you get 5% of the trading volume of all the customers, infinity generations in depth, as long as there's no other Voyager in that line. So that's how it works. It's called a differential plan. Let me explain this. Imagine you introduced me and you got 5% of my deposit. And I introduced my friend Tom. Well, then I'm going to get 3% because I'm new. You understand that? But you get the 2%. You get the difference. You get the override. If Tom introduces his sister, Tom gets 3% and you get 2%. If the sister introduces somebody at work, Tom's sister gets 3% and you get 2% on that customer. You get 2% on all of the customers the whole way down because there's no other Voyagers. You get this pay to infinity. Same over here, 5% on the profits. Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB. You start building a library, a portfolio of tokens and coins when you get to that first rank. I think anybody should do this in 72 hours. 72 hours. It shouldn't take any longer than 72 hours to do this. If you don't do it in 72 hours, you're not talking to anybody, or you're saying the wrong things, or you're not inviting people to the Zoom. So, I have customers doing it in a day. Like one customer could do that. You could mention this to somebody tomorrow and they put in $10,000. Well, you're done. You've done it with one customer, but it could be lots of customers as well. So anyway, that's how you get the pay rise. To get the next pay rise at Vanguard, you need 25,000 in the total team volume of all the customers in the world that's come through your referral link. Yeah, that's how it works. The software calculates. Once there's 25,000, bang, you're Vanguard. You get 7% on deposits. And then if one customer gets another customer, they get 3, you get 4% to infinity. You get a $500 cash bonus. You get 7.5% every day on the profits of all the team. And it just goes on like that. So that's as simple as it gets. It's a 1-pager, 2-pager. You get a higher percentage with every pay rise. You get a cash bonus every time you go. People work 40 years of their lives for companies. And at the end of 40 years, the boss gives them a watch. A watch, maybe $300 worth. Here, you get a $500 bonus, a $1,000 bonus for the next pay rise, a $2,000 bonus, a $5,000 bonus, a $10,000 bonus. That's 7 of the ranks. There are 15. We had people today get $20,000 bonuses who went elite. There's a $50,000 bonus, $100,000, $150,000 bonus. One of our good customers over in Dubai got a $100,000 bonus at the beginning of this month. A week later, his wife got a $50,000 bonus. Imagine $150,000 coming into that household. And they only started in April last year. And if you want to be one of Brian Benson's millionaires, remember we heard that earlier. He wanted to create 1,000 millionaires. If you work your way to Dominion, I've no doubt With that 500,000 plus this is 650, plus that is 750, plus that is 800, plus that is 20. That's 820,000 just for these bonuses. Never mind what's on the front page. Never mind these direct bonuses. Never mind these daily matching bonuses. Never mind these shareholder bonuses. You are a millionaire when you reach Dominion. No doubt. Now, will you do it? I don't know. Are you prepared to roll up your sleeves? Are you prepared to work? Are you prepared to show up? Are you prepared to talk? Are you prepared to invite people? That's up to you. Don't be misled that high earnings are easily achieved. They're not. It's hard work. I'm sitting here 5 hours a day doing this. You're only here for 1 hour. I'm doing 4, 5. This is my, well, today, how many have I done? Today I've done 1, 2, 3. This is my 4th one, and I have another one to do later. Yesterday, I did 8 of these. So I'm treating it like a proper business to get a proper income. I don't want to do a part-time thing to get a part-time bit of money. If you do it seriously, you can make serious money. So, but that's your decision. There's something here for everyone. If it's only $100 a week you want extra to come into the household, guys, that's here for you. If you want $100 a day coming into your household, that's here for you also. So I hope you've seen enough to understand what we have here. Please do get back to the person that shared this link with you. Get your very valid questions answered. And if it feels right for you, I look forward to welcoming you on the training on Sunday evening. And we'll look at this in a little bit more depth. We'll give you a little bit more context around it. We'll help guide you and do our best to assist you have some success with us. But the success is down to you. The success is sitting on your seat right now. It's your decision. And I hope you make the right decision that suits you and your family. With that said, I've taken 50 minutes of your evening. We've looked at 2 or 3 videos tonight. We've looked at the presentation. We've also looked at the comp plan. With that, thank you so much, everyone. And we'll see you all again Monday to Thursday on this link again next week. Actually, the following week, I must say, let me stop the recording. Yeah,